underground. Get lost in the underground. Hear the music makes sound. All you hear is drop low in the underground. Everybody lost and found. For the football all around. Lights are flashing, lights are flashing. In the underground. Get lost in the underground. Hear the music makes sound.
Shall we? Sometimes life just gets you all fired up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes life just gets you, you know? I don't know. That's how I feel right now. Life's just max, it's just full, you know, jimmied off your doinkle. That's kind of how I feel. But it's just riding, bro. No drugs, no alcohol, just motorcycle. That is the best kind of, that's the healthiest kind of drug, you know what I'm saying? Motorcycle. So that's good. That is actually the introduction to Big Man. Introduction to what we're going to be talking about today. So I decided that, you know, like, I'm doing paramedicine. I'm a studying paramedic. My name is Dizzy Moto on the YouTube channel, and a lot of my content's kind of centered towards short form content. Like, I've been doing a lot of that lately, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about mental health. I've had my own mental health journey in the past couple of years, and I don't know, I'd like to be an outlet for some people, either just to come to watch my videos or comment on the videos or whatever. You know, if you're going through a tough time, you know, like, we've all done it. I'm a studying paramedic, and even paramedics and people in the field, even though they seem like they're very tough mentally, and they are, a lot of them are, they may have their times when they're not, you know, and that's okay. It's okay to be not okay at some point, because you will learn in the time that you're not okay. You will learn what it takes to be okay again, and that in itself is a life learning. It makes you more resilient. It makes you more capable in the future to experience hardship and walk out the other side a better person. So anyway, this video is just going to be kind of just talking about life and how to get through things. And, you know, if you're that one person that was me a while ago, going through a tough time, you know, let's get out of that rut. You know, it might take some time, but let's get out of it. And we're going to talk about some strategies and kind of like, you know, a method in a way to kind of get yourself out of these ruts, but also to not make yourself give up. It's easy to give up, you know, but it's hard to live through the difficulty and come out the other side. But you can do it. Everyone can do it, you know. Everyone's built in a way that allows them to do it, you know. It's just about mental resilience, and it's about trying. And you put your head towards it, you can always get better. That is the mindset you have to get better. Otherwise, you know, you just won't get there. So what strategies did I use? And this is okay, look, all of this, preface it, my personal opinion. I'm not a health, I've read literature and I'm educated, but I'm not an educator. I'm not a practitioner. This is not health advice. This is what helped me. So the number one thing that helped me when I was in a tough time, the thing that actually turned the corner, which is, you know, when you're at a real low, you don't think you can turn a corner. The things that help you the most is understanding a difference in emotion to what you had before. Okay, so, and the best way to do that, what I noticed, was just journaling. So on Apple Journal, I Apple Journal on my phone, but you can journal on with that. You can do a physical journal. You can do a you know, Apple Journal, whatever journal you want. Just note down your emotions and how you feel, because sometimes when you're having a rough time, you actually, oh my nuts! That was the biggest. That was the biggest bump there. That was brutal. Sometimes when you're feeling a certain way, you get bogged down in your emotions, and you know, if you're teetering on depression, you forget a lot. Like when your cortisol's high, your body's not feeling it, you are forgetting, right? And that is a part of the problem. It's a part of the cycle. Like you have this kind of issue with memory. This is what I've noticed when I've felt like not great, is the memory goes and then you feel like you can't get better because you don't know how you felt in the past, or there's just no continuity in how you feel because you just don't know how you're feeling. It's a bit weird. That's what I noticed. So a great way to do that is keep track of your emotions in like a journal, or like just document how you feel or what you're doing. Just literally start off, like if you have to do it for a week, of just writing down what you did that day. You know, that is enough. Legitimately, that's enough, because subconsciously you will, when you read that back, you know, like maybe 3 months, 4 months later, you can kind of, you'll be able to experience a part of the feeling that's in the writing, or that's in what you wrote, what you took a photo of, you know, so you can actually kind of, it allows you to look retrospectively at how you felt in the past, and then it reinforces in your brain that, this is how I perceive it anyway, it makes you reinforce in your brain that emotions change, that you can feel different at a different time. You know, because when you're bogged down, think about it, you're bogged down, you're depressed, you're upset, you don't think it's going to change. And that's the reason why you're depressed, because you think you're going to feel like this for the rest of your life, right? But if you know that change can happen and emotions can change, through looking retrospectively, which you probably will have to look retrospectively because, you know, you can't look into the future, you don't know what's going to happen. But if you look retrospectively, look into the past, understand that things can change, things can get better, things have changed, and things have gotten better. That is the way that I noticed made the biggest difference for me. Journaling consistently, trying to do it every day when you're real bogged down, and then, you know, once a week when you're teetering, but you're okay. That's what I'd say. Okay, so journaling. What's another thing? Getting outside. Oh my god, this was insane. Go on some walks. Go on some freaking walks, man. Like, it's crazy what a little walk will do. Sorry about the language. Fuck the phone. Fuck your telephone. Legitimately, throw it at the fucking wall. Fuck that off. You don't need it. That telephone, not gonna help you at all. Unless you're on a call to your friend and you know you're expressing how you're feeling, that's good. But also, you don't want to bog your friends down with how you feel. But if they're a friend, they're there for you, and that's all that matters, right? If you're having a tough time, your friends are there, they can help you. But when you're off your phone, right? You should go on a walk, experience some nature. Go for a walk in a park, touch a tree, touch some grass. You probably need it. You're probably 0-10 in fucking Fortnite or League of Legends or something anyway. Go for a walk, experience what it's like to, you know, just feel air and feel that you want all your 5 or 7 senses, or how many senses you have, you want to let them activate, right? Because if you've got all your senses activated in your body, you're actually feeling like things are different, right? And you're actually experiencing reality in a different way than you have in the past, which makes things feel different, and it's good. You want difference. You need to have difference in your life. You need things to feel different, because if they're feeling the same, you think you're doing the same thing and you're in the same headspace, you're in the same emotion. And another way that this can work, there's an interesting phenomenon. There's an interesting phenomenon that I really like. It's called it's called the doorway theory, and I heard this from a neuroscientist, and which was Andrew Huberman, but also the Healthy Gamer, which is what's his name? Dr. K. I think they call it Dr. K. But he's a psychiatrist, and so they both share a similar perspective of walking through doorways. So it's a weird, you know, when you're like, have you ever had that? Let me know in the comments if you've ever had this happen before. You exit a room, right? So you've been in your room doing something, you leave your room, right? You leave your room and then to do something, and you totally forgot about what you were going to do. So you leave your room, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? Why did I even leave my room? Like, what's going on? That is an amazing tactic, right? Go through some doorways and you will forget, and you will also start to perceive reality slightly differently. Like, you're in a new environment, right? You're in a new environment and you're experiencing a new environment, which makes you think in a different way, which can legitimately make you forget stuff, which is not necessarily a bad thing if you're having a tough time. If sometimes you want to forget little things, or you just want to get out of that, like that endless negative thought cycle, trust me, go through some doorways, change your environment. It is one of the biggest things. I think aside from journaling, I think it is probably one of the most important things too. Getting outside, walking through some doorways, walking in nature, journaling. Like, it stocks down. You probably heard it a million times, but trust me, when you're in a shit spot and you don't think things can get any worse, take a walk, breathe, walk through some doorways. Just like, as a kid, actually, this is a little self-ick addition. As a kid, I used to have debilitating fear of death, and I noticed as a kid, I would be on the brink of going to sleep. The brink. So I'd be on this twilight zone of going to sleep. I would freak out, legitimately freak out. I'd have like this life flash, and I would think that, why am I alive? I'm going to die anyway. There's no point to live. There's no point to experience because I'm going to die. That's what I thought, right? I'd get up out of bed, and because I'd be so like heart, like full pumping. That's an eagle. Holy shit, that's sick. That's a wedge tail as well. Jesus, that's so cool. My heart like I'm gonna die. Like, what's the point? I'd get up, I'd sit up, right, and I'd walk out of my bedroom. I'd do that as a kid because I'd want to walk to my parents' room, but I'd realize as a kid, when I walked through the doorway of my room, everything felt better. Everything. I was like, oh, okay, well, this is weird. Like, I'm feeling again, you know, like I'm here, I'm doing something, I'm moving, I'm experiencing, you know, and that in itself is a gift. For us to be able to experience life, when you actually look at life at the roots of what it means to be alive, like, you can see, you can feel, you can touch, you can hear, you can smell, there is so many things, the core fundamentals of living, right? Some people might not be able to have all the senses, but if you do, that in itself is being lucky. But you know what I mean? Like, there's so many senses you have in your body to be able to perceive the world around you that, you know, like, life is amazing. There is so much out there that you can do. There is so much out there. Think about it. Save some money and go somewhere. Even if you don't think you can, look, I reckon, I don't know, this might be a hot take, but I think if you're in a tough spot, hunkering down, working, seeing family and friends, saving money, no need spending big when you're not having a great time. Don't spend big. I think save money, get yourself in a better headspace, and when you're feeling 99% better, go on a holiday. I shit you not, you'll come back a different person. You'll feel amazing. You'll feel like you're on top of the world. You'll feel that life is possible. Alright? You gotta do that for me. Because that's kind of a story of what I did. And why Motovlog? Because that's true. That's one way to feel something. Go 170 on a bike, no, on a closed circuit, AI generated footage, obviously. But in all seriousness, when you're feeling slightly better, book a trip, experience something beautiful, do something different. You know, all of that stuff is going to make it reinforce in your brain that you are capable, you are able, and and you can do whatever the fuck you want. Think about that, right? You have your own brain. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, right? If you want to be a TikTok influencer dancing Gok 3000 on Instagram Reels or TikTok Reels, whatever, just do it, man. Who cares? Who's gonna care? You know, who's gonna care? No one. Well, someone might care, but tell you, like, look, if you enjoy it and it's funny and it's good to you and you feel better doing it, hey, as long as you're not impacting someone else's life negatively, I think you're doing a good job, right? I think you're doing a good job. Anyway, I'm yapping. I'm absolutely rambling. But yeah, the motorbike, this is what I love about the motorbike. This is why I think everyone should experience a motorbike at some point in their life. It gives you a space, so cycling, motorcycling, running, anything where you are removed slightly from reality, you're focusing on a task, but you're experiencing. Anything that makes you do those two things, will make you subconsciously process emotion. You're doing something, like walking, however, you're not doing too much. The problem in this day and age is that there's a million things. There is a million things we could be doing, right? And we want to be doing everything because we don't want to feel like we're lacking behind. It's like there's a subconscious race in everyone, right? And everyone kind of wants to feel like they're ahead, right? It actually doesn't matter at all. This is just like something subconscious that I've noticed. I think if you can spend time away from your phone, away from all these short form videos, content, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Netflix, whatever, move away, take a moment, think. A really interesting thing that Dr. K speaks about is the effect that short form content and telephones and like basically anything that is on your phone is designed to have your attention, right, and remove you from reality for a moment to be able to absorb you into using it, right? That's all your phone is designed to do. It's designed to make you want to use it, right? The problem with that is when you are so fixated on something all the time. Look, you take a shit, right? Okay, this is a bit random, but you eat dinner, you watch a YouTube video. You take a shit, you watch a YouTube video. You go to bed, you listen to a TED talk. You go for a run, you listen to a TED talk. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're 90% of the time, 99% of the time, you're absorbing content. And you know what that does to your brain? It makes it unable to process emotion. And the one thing that is going to mess you up in the long run is you having unprocessed emotions. It's going to make you emotionally irregular, right? And it's going to make you weirdly sad for no reason. It's the reason being you haven't been able to process your emotions properly. You have dysregulated emotions because you haven't been able to process them. It makes sense, right? Because the only thing you're doing is absorbing content for 99% of your freaking life when you should be going on a hike, taking a walk. Don't bring your phone, right? Absorb what is actually going around in the world. Explore what's going on, right? You're living your reality. Well, some people, I don't know if everyone's doing this, but I was for a little bit. You're absorbing reality through your phone, which is designed to create these neural pathways that are so fast firing, right? These fast neural pathways, these fast dopamine responses, these fast things that are not constitutive of a healthy dopaminergic, serotonergic response to reality. Like, think about it. If you're focusing on a task, you're building a career, you're studying, you're working a really hard job, but you want to go somewhere. When you get there, you have this serotonergic feeling, and there's some dopamine as well, but there's this serotonergic feeling you get from working, from putting in the hard work and getting those little rewards as you those little rewards, those little wins, you know, as you progress forward in your career, right? You get there. But you don't get that. You doom scroll freaking TikTok for an hour, you walk out the other end feeling like an idiot. You know, like, you don't walk out the other end being like, whoa, dude, I just absorbed 900 reels worth of, you know, neuroscience. That, bruh, good luck. I would like to, it'd be interesting to do a study on someone that does, like, scrolls 900 times and actually to see what they absorb. You probably absorb, I reckon, a good estimate would be like 10%. Maybe 10%, which is horrible, right? I can promise you, if you go on a trip, or if you a trip to a different country, or, you know, interstate or whatever, you will remember the whole thing. You know what I mean? You will remember 80 to 90% of what you did on that trip, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like the doom scroll is just the worst thing for you. Like, just don't do it. You don't need to do it. Why do you do it? To be up to date with the latest brain rot? Come on! You don't need to do that. Send your mate a couple reels of bombastic shit on Instagram and then hop off. Get off it. Control yourself. You can do it. Anyway, that's a ramble and a half. My back's sore from that, actually. I'm still 45 minutes from home. God, no. Anyway, that was Dizzyboto's rant on how to feel a little better. How to get from down here to up here. You know? Anyone can do it. Just find something you love doing. Try to find something you love doing. It's hard. It might take you a little while to get there. Whatever it is, sewing, surfing, snowboarding, skiing, motorbike riding, bicycle, running, whatever it is, find a thing, do it. Well, if you enjoy, the idea is you choose something you like, do it. You enjoy doing it, right? Try to find something. It might be hard when you're at a low place, but you'll get there. I promise you'll get there. And I believe in you, and we believe in you, right? We do. So, anyway, that's the video. I love you all. Thanks for the oh my god, there's so much wind. I almost entered another lane. That's the video. Love you all, and thanks for all the support. Thank you guys. Thank you. And I hope to be able to provide you with, you know, a little bit of something that helps get yourself through the day, through the week, and through the whatever. Yeah. All right. Later, homies. Peace out.